Say.
Say.
No.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Thank you for my little chorus people over there in the corner.
You're welcome.
Alright, so you start off with the left foot and you bring your right arm up, so it's opposite arms to next. So don't, say, no, oh. Okay, so that one. So with an event like this, as you know, like things can get quite noisy. I have my dad's voice. I might be a small person, but I'm very loud if I need to be. And I think when you're teaching, you've got to have a loud voice anyway, because you need to count over music. And that in itself is quite tiring. Look at me, I'm sweating like a pig. Like, this isn't just down to dancing, this is down to like 5, 6, 7, 8, and shut up! So it can be quite difficult to manage, but you have to understand that these are K-pop fans, they get excited. You know, things can be difficult. They're like, oh my god, I don't get it. And then at the end, they're like, oh, it's amazing, I understand it now. So, you know, you have to have a sense of humor as well, and I think that really helps. Because I don't want people to be afraid of me. But at the same time, like, come on guys, you pay for this class and you need to learn. So, you know, you've got to have fun, but at the same time, you've got to knuckle it down a little bit. So it can be difficult to manage, but I wouldn't have it any other way. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9. Okay. It pretty much goes in words, yeah. Okay, so let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, and. Okay? Make sense? Because we only do it once a month, and it's quite a long day. So I think it's something for people to anticipate every month. So yeah, it's not like a weekly thing. It's not like a strict, you have to go and do this class kind of thing. It's just like a one-off thing. If people just want to come there once, then that's absolutely fine. If we get regulars, that's absolutely fine as well. So I think it's quite flexible in that way. And I think as a community, we're quite welcoming. You know, we encourage people to get up and dance in front of everyone. That's why we do groups. I can only imagine that's why it's a success, and also because we have the shows as well, where we encourage K-pop fans to dance in a show and to like pretend you're an idol kind of thing and dance in front of like an actual audience with lights and costumes and makeup. I teach, so I was one of the first teachers with Tammy. We started up together in 2011. And I've been teaching ever since, and when it comes to dance competitions, etc., I'll take part in that as well. So I'm not just a teacher, I'm also a dancer in the team.
I'm a dancer, and I fell in love with K-pop when I turned 8.
Okay, in 12?
Yeah.
Wow. So how did you start to belong the K-pop?
Well, my sisters got me into it. They went to Korea and they heard about Big Bang and like YG, JYP, and then they came back and then they started to play it, and I was wondering, oh, what's this? And then Big Bang came over for a 2012 concert, Alive, and I went and I just instantly fell in love.
Why do you dance?
like workshops like LoKo and everything. So I just dance everywhere.
You like only K-pop or the other?
I don't mind. Like K-pop is almost like a side one, and then there's like English Western, and then there's also yeah.
Who's your favorite?
BTS.
Okay. Oh, you have to really like. Okay, then 또 뭐 보지?
I wouldn't mind, but I want to be a music producer.
Okay. Then.
I think with dance it's very expressive, so like you could use it in different ways to express joy, happiness, anger. So it's just a way for me to deal with problems.
So
Yeah.
when you dance, something's changing. Like,
Yeah, it's like everything comes out of my body when like I'm just dancing.
that's cool. Then.
Like their moves, you can link it together with your own, and then you could create new moves, and then it's just like magic.
So it's connected.
Yeah, all connected.
So my name's Tammy. I'm the founder of the London K-pop Dance Workshop, and I'm the leader of Team LoKo. So when I started the workshops, initially it was just an idea that I had, because I really liked a group called After School, and I wanted to learn their dances. So I searched on YouTube, and I didn't realize that there's many people doing covers. But watching the covers, I could see that they were doing some things wrong. So I thought, why not start a class? So I started it with Caroline, and we thought maybe we should just do during school break, school holidays, because we knew that a lot of the K-pop fans were quite young. They were a lot younger than us. So we decided to start it right before school, so the beginning of September. But since then, we've had a class every month. So in fact, our first idea didn't happen because we were only meant to do it during school break, so half term and like autumn break and Christmas break and Easter break. But we ended up having a class every month. So it just became popular. The first workshop we had 8 people.
Just 8 people.
Just 8 people. And then now, so today we have 40. So it averages, it changes every month, but between 35 and sometimes 60.
Wow, the maximum.
Yeah, so it gets very hot in the studio.
So what kind of people are coming here?
Everyone.
Basically 10 teenagers.
Yeah, so today our youngest is 12, and then the oldest is probably me. So I'm 30. Oh, Songnam. Yeah, so it really ranges, but sometimes the teenager will come and the mum will come as well, and sometimes the mum will join. So because also they get interested at what their children are listening to, because obviously it's foreign, and there's a massive craze for it. So also sometimes the parents become curious, so they join as well. I think we have similarities in the way we consume K-pop with South Korea and other countries, but also each country consumes it very different at the same time. So here in the UK, many of the kids like it, but we don't have many places for everybody to meet. So that's why our workshop is something that's popular, because they get to meet friends and everything. But other places like maybe Sweden or France or like Russia, they have many K-pop events. So there's so you get to know a lot of the community very quickly. Whereas here in the UK, we don't have that many, or if there are, so if it's concerts, obviously the young teenagers can't pay for the concerts, but the older university students or older can. So it is very different, but some things are quite similar as well.
Cool. Then.
Do you have any global connection with other countries?
Yeah. So we've got friends in like Sweden who do events as well that we join. There's a competition, global competition, but it's based in South Korea called the Cover Dance Festival. So for 2 years they hired me as a dance coach. So what they do is they have a global competition, then they choose teams from different countries, and I got to meet those teams and I get to train with them, and they're from Brazil, from America, from Canada, Germany, Japan, Thailand, Philippines. So it's one big family. Yeah. So it's funny because obviously without K-pop, I wouldn't speak to any of them, or I wouldn't have friends, and I wouldn't have so many different friends in different countries. But now, because of it, there's a lot of connections, and I see them do their own events and their own activities that are related to K-pop in their countries, which is quite interesting. I think K-pop is very open to experimenting, whereas I think here in the UK, people are almost scared to do things that are not normal. But I think K-pop can experiment with a lot of things, and it's very colourful and very it's exciting always. It looks exciting and it looks fun. It is very reminiscent of old style sort of American, like NSYNC and Britney Spears, and you know those kind of artists that sing and dance and things like that. So I think we, as the British people, we don't really have groups that are like that. But we like things like that. So I think that's why K-pop is quite popular. But yeah, I just think K-pop is very, you can experiment with a lot and you can see more, which is a lot different to UK music. I think for me personally, yeah, because I didn't train in dancing, but doing K-pop has made me want to do more types of dance. And sometimes it's led me to choreograph myself. So I think it's like a good stepping stone for you then to experiment doing other things. Maybe others might say it's not good to just copy, but it's a way of sharing. It's a way of sharing which will inspire you then to do something else or to do it yourself. So I don't think it stops creativity. I think it's maybe a stepping stone to give you an idea.
Okay, tell me about you.
On me?
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to know?
Who are you?
Who am I? Well, I'm Raphael from K-Spazzing.
Okay.
If people don't know me from K-Spazzing. On YouTube.
What's case one?
K-Spazzing is, well, I do it with Sabrina, and I do it with, so we do a duo kind of YouTube channel where we react to music videos. So any new releases, we try to react. Our content has evolved in the way that sometimes we might do things now that we like, that gets us really excited, really like so happy and excited for the release. So we don't do everything, we only do things we like. So yeah. Me, I started in 2009. I think 2009. Well, around that time when SNSD, G, that's it, or Shiny, Ring Ding Dong. Then Boa was my first that I saw when she went to America, and I was like, oh, she's cool. She looks excited. She looks fun. And then I realized she's Korean, and then I found out she has like Korean music videos. So I clicked on that, and I like this. At that time, I never heard Korean music at all. I was like, what's this Korean music? Then I found out more about the Korean music side, K-pop, then the culture, and then everything kind of just came. I was like, I love it now. So, and then now I'm doing workshops with LoKo and dancing every month to K-pop. So it's fun. It's all fun. I think because it's just fun. K-pop, not even just K-pop, Korean music, it's a new style. It's something different to what we usually hear, especially because of us in London. Obviously, we're a multicultural country, so we're very welcoming to new styles and new things. So like you will find Indian music, Bollywood music, like obviously you've got the London scene. You've got loads of different styles in London, and then I think with Korean music it's another side. It's quite fun, it's fresh, it's very colourful, very vibrant especially, and I think because we're not used to that here, it's kind of like another world, so it's kind of like an escape to another place kind of thing, which I kind of like. Well, I really just like the music, and well, I do watch like a few dramas or something, but I'm more into the music side. So for me, I just like it because it's just something new for me. So yeah. Well, I think there's still room for it to grow and develop what it actually is now. Like, since I've been in it since 2009, it's kind of, I feel it's become more westernized. Like, they got a lot of influence from Western culture, and they're like combining it in with K-pop. Like, if you look at K-pop during that time, early 2000s, the 90s, it's completely different to now. Like, a lot of it sounds very Western, like hip hop, R&B kind of sounds. So I think for them to I think that what they're trying to do is trying to expand into other cultures by taking what they have and like combining it in with their own sound. Because K-pop back when I listened to it is very, very pop, very bubblegum pop, like colorful, very vibrant and bright. Whereas now you have a lot more dark, edgy, sexy. You know, it's very different to how I listened to it before. So I feel that there's maybe room for it to grow. It's just depending on how it grows. It depends on the people as well. Like this, I think there's still room because a lot of groups, they get big and big and big, and they just get a big fan base. And I think it will have quite a long time to go until maybe people decide to move on to something else. But I don't know when that will be. It could be any time. But I still think it has quite a long way to go for it to grow.